Just gonna say it. Feels like you're selling out. No real content for a month now. You're basically covering the YouTube drama and constantly self-promoting. It's really kind of sad. So I guess this means you're not gonna like the t-shirt. Seriously though, if you're not learning, you're not listening. Of course you picked a time period where there was the 20K giveaway in there, but with everything else, I've always included a lesson. Perhaps I didn't make them clear enough for you, but even so, you should be learning to extract the lessons that life presents you, because Frater isn't always going to be able to spoon feed you a lesson every week. So you need to be extracting the lessons in your everyday life through intuition, meditation, cross-communication with the subconscious. Just as the subconscious helps create your reality, it will send you messages and lessons through your reality. And it's your job to pick up on them and interpret them and find the meaning within. And this can make the difference between ignorance and brilliance. I would concern myself more with that than whether or not I'm reporting on YouTube policy change, which is going to affect everyone, including this channel. As for selling out, who am I selling out to? Myself? I don't have any sponsors. I don't take any corporate money other than the little ad revenue this channel generates, which has always been the case. I don't take out any ads for this channel, so all self-promoting is done on this channel. You guys help promote this channel with sharing, and you do a great job of it. Any changes that I do make, I always ask, is this going to help me provide better service? Is it going to make things easier for people, such as the links on the outro page, which I should have made one of those a long time ago, if I'm being honest. I just got around to it now. And here again you see the two different mindsets. What I see as providing better service, you see as, you're selling out, man. And it's typically the people that have that kind of view that force people to get all business and corporate-like with copyright and filing for LLC. I'd rather not have to deal with that kind of stuff. It's not fun for me. But if I don't, then I have people come along and try to steal my videos and upload them to their channel as their own, as it just happened. I'm just trying to promote your work, man. So we have to put certain protections in place and spend a few hours linking to the original video and deal with copyright and all that, and it just, it's a hassle, it's a headache, and it's usually the ones who dislike anything businessy or corporate who are the cause of having to be businessy and corporate, just as the ones screaming sell out are usually the first to sell out, if given the chance. And then there's the times I'd like to talk about certain things, and then I'll get a comment or message like this. If you are so magic, why don't you just magic yourself $10 million instead of charging people for your programs? Which causes me to face palm and then have to accept that I'm being told in my lesson that they're not ready. I can't release this, they're not ready. There's some things that I've been wanting to talk about that I've been sitting on for over 2 years. I'm a very patient person. I can wait. I have that patience of Capricorn, you see. So some things I'll put in my programs because I know people like this won't buy them. At least it decreases the odds. And then other things I'll just sit on and find something else to talk about. See, a question like this displays only ignorance. And I don't mean that as in they're a bad person or trying to guilt or shame them. They simply just don't know. They lack knowledge and they just don't want to know. Not only does this person not know enough about magic, they don't know enough about money. I have friends that are the same way. Way back when I started, long before I learned the lesson on silence, tried to tell a friend about magic and the crazy experiences that I've had with it. And he just looks at me and says, then why haven't you won the lottery? And this is a typical response. It was after that I stopped trying to tell people. People that I know in real life. Didn't matter that before magic, I couldn't scrape 2 nickels together, but now I'm making over 6 figures. That doesn't matter. I haven't won the lottery, so magic must not be real. See, it's ignorance. They think that if it's not instantaneous, then it doesn't work because they have this preconceived notion of what magic is, and it's wrong. They also have these ideas about money that are wrong. If they knew what money really was, they wouldn't be wanting to go for the big money. Money is a means, not the end. You need to cast for the end and allow the means to present itself. Magic supports the action, and action supports the magic. All basic, simple principles. And I can't go into more advanced stuff when people aren't getting the basics. You may remember that message I got from that one racist guy who basically warned me not to teach the Goyim because they're all stupid cattle. His words, not mine. Well, this is what he was talking about. And he's right to a certain extent. Where he gets it wrong is that not everyone is like that. There are people who do want truth, who do seek knowledge, who do want to learn and become the best version of themselves that they can possibly be. But there are a lot of people out there who do want to remain in their ignorance. Not only remain in it, but to display it every chance they get. I tried to tell my friend that that's not how magic works, but he chooses to ignore it. And that's his choice. I want him to have a better life just as I want all of you to have a better life. But you can't force it on anyone. So I learned long ago that you just can't reach certain people. It hasn't mattered that they've seen the results over time. They're looking for that instant big lottery win, that instant solution to all the problems. Because quite frankly, they don't want to have to work for anything. And isn't that what magic should be about? Not having to put forth effort. And so their notion of what magic is fundamentally flawed at its core. Meanwhile, while I'm moving up, they're standing still. And it will drive a rift between people, as you cannot relate to them anymore. Can't relate to the things that they value or talk about anymore. I sometimes get asked, how do you find like-minded individuals in a sea of ignorance? Most people join groups, lodges, covens, which could bring its own set of issues, as only a group dynamic can do. Other than that, you can just cast for it. I can see it being an issue for younger people. I'm at that age now where I enjoy my peace and quiet. Maybe that's why they call it hermeticism, because you end up becoming a hermit when you simply can't relate to the masses anymore. But it's not all them. They don't like hanging out with me because they tell me their problems, and I tell them how they need to get their mind right. And that usually doesn't go over too well. I should come with a warning. Don't tell me your problems unless you want solutions. Preachy, preachy solutions. So if you want to connect with others, I would put it on your magical to-do list. I really don't frequent forums these days. People will usually send me links to things that they may find relevant. Other than that, I really don't. Working on this channel, these videos, and my own personal practice has become pretty much full-time. And in my downtime, as I said, I enjoy my peace and quiet and to just kick back and relax. But on the flip side of ignorance, we have brilliance. Those who do want to learn, who want a better life for themselves, who aren't content to sit idly by, who want to take action and at least see for themselves if it brings the results that they're looking for. So the person asking why I haven't magicked up $10 million is obviously being a smartass, but if they're so smart, where are their results? The book Kabbalah, Magick, and the Great Work of Self-Transformation by Liam Thomas Christopher says and I quote, "The value of any curriculum proves itself by the results it brings." I'll say that again. The value of any curriculum proves itself by the results it brings. I have been doing magic for over 6 years, delving into grimoire after grimoire, current after current, path after path, ritual after ritual, etc. I can say that the things you teach are the most efficient and have worked every single time. And this is coming from someone who is majoring in the sciences and going for a PhD. Professors really discourage and are against magic, but this stuff truly and honestly works. I have seen more success with simple water bottle magic over working with the dragons of the Cloth, for example. Now my university sends me a check for $2,500 every 3 months due to, let's say, some things they looked over and are now rectifying, and right after the water bottle magic too. This is what keeps me going. If all I got was ignorance from people, then I'd have quit YouTube a long time ago. But people are getting the results. And because they're trying it and getting the results, now they know. And they can go on and do brilliant things with it. In this case, he was talking about the water magic found in the Fire and Water program. The other day I found this gem in my inbox which really got me pumped up. Dear Frater Xavier, I have had some amazing and life-changing successes with Mercury retrograde workings over the past year. And seeing how today is the last day of Mercury retrograde in Virgo, I decided to pay homage by sharing the best ones with you. During a past retrograde, I tried your fast delivery road opener candle on a Wednesday while ordering a smartphone car mount. I was sent a package labeled phone car mount. Inside the package was a smartwatch. You can imagine the joy I felt while laughing about this mistake. I did another Mercury retrograde candle working for my editors, seeing me as a professional, high-value writer. Saturn in Capricorn and Mercury square midheaven has traditionally slowed my career growth. A few weeks later, I received a call from an editor asking me if I wanted to take on a travel writing assignment. I have since been paid to travel to hot locations, stay in high-end hotels and resorts, eat at the finest restaurants, and write about how much fun I had doing it. As someone who had been programmed to believe that writers and artists must apologize for their creativity and live in sordid poverty, this is a dream come true. On one of these trips, which took me to the Caribbean, I expressed my gratitude by gifting my smartwatch to my poor housekeeper. It felt incredible to free up the circuit, and as a result, I feel free from the many material constraints that had bound me in the past. In one video, you mentioned how looking at melted wax can indicate how the magic will manifest. Check this baby out. The astrological symbol is alive and well. Now look at that. I mean, that's unmistakable. Isn't that incredible? Here he is working with Mercury as the trickster to his advantage, which is the best use for Mercury during a retrograde. He continues, by the way, I'm traveling through Northern Europe at the time of this writing. This morning my hotel's attractive German housekeeper greeted me with a bottle of red wine in one hand, a shave kit in the other hand, and a big smile on her face, the suggestions of which are so absurd I had to laugh. Thanks, Mercury. And Frater, thank you for trusting me with the keys to this kingdom. You are the only teacher I've known whose teachings have consistently led me on an upward spiral and whose lessons, when applied as specified, actually work. I'm in awe of how much fun it is to be alive right now. Danke. Thanks in German. The first time I read this, I was incredibly moved and teared up even. I couldn't be more proud and happy for him. Here he went from leading an ordinary, everyday, drab existence to traveling the world, living the life of his dreams, and getting paid for doing it. This may be the ultimate testimonial. He's taken the lessons given to him, what has been taught to him, and he's taking it and absolutely crushing it. Now, he's sent things in before. I believe he's the same one that wanted the specific serial number on the money and ended up getting it. So I can't wait to hear more of his magical adventures. He's got me so pumped up. Because as I do my best to lift others up, when I get things like this, it lifts me up. And we lift each other up together. Absolutely a brilliant use of the Mercury retrograde. Making his dreams come true all by following the simple techniques found, again, in the Fire and Water program. Brilliant results are going to beat derping about in ignorance every time. Now, do you think anyone's going to be able to come along and convince him that living the life of his dreams is somehow evil and lighting a candle is from the devil? No, he knows. He's going to laugh at that. From my perspective, not living the life that you want is the true evil and ignorance. Choose to be brilliant. Take action. Live your purpose. Fulfill your dreams. And I'll see you soon. If you enjoyed this video, here's another Mystery School lesson you may have missed. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe for more weekly content to help expand your knowledge. Thanks for all the love and support, and I'll see you next time. Take care.